can help, you can give, you can show God's care. A light in the dark, a love to share. You can help others live with every prayer. In those fields of hope, showing God's mercy. Be His hands, be His heart. Fields of hope. He causes the sparrow to rise and sing, feeds the smallest, the fragile. He heals the broken wing. He moves through the quiet, through everything, through me, through you, to help others shine, to help others sing. Fields of hope, living in God's mercy. Be His hands, be His heart. Fields of hope.
Hello and welcome to the 6th annual Sowing Seeds of Hope live event. We are thrilled to have the Field of Hope community and family together this evening. If you're unfamiliar with Field of Hope and this is your first time tuning in, we are a nonprofit that is dedicated to helping Ugandan communities build resilience by providing access to nutrition, clean water, economic success, and classroom techniques to implement across the country. Agriculture is the backbone of Uganda and developing countries across the globe. Field of Hope is specifically focused on helping Ugandan people transform their agricultural skills and practices in areas that have been identified by Ugandans for Ugandans. And we go where the work is needed most. Tonight, you will hear us talk about the Smallholder Farmer Advancement Pillar, where our staff go to villages in northern Uganda to train on agricultural techniques and implement those practices together through demonstration plots and other fun activities. You will hear stories about the Youth Agricultural Education Pillar, where we work with teachers who are excited to pass on their knowledge about agriculture to their students and create hands-on opportunities to bring lessons from the classroom to the field. You will also hear about the Leadership Development Pillar and the work that brings motivated U.S. and Ugandan students and partners together to grow in leadership and capacity. All these pillars will stand out, but the story of what they do together is the true message of the work that can be done with the support of our Field of Hope family, an amazing Ugandan team implementing these ideas. Tonight, through each story that you hear, we will celebrate the women, men, and children in Uganda who have come together through trainings and programming, whose livelihoods have been strengthened through you, our Field of Hope family. However, before I get too ahead of myself, my name is Olivia Humphrey and I'm the Executive Director of Field of Hope. I'm joined by some very excited individuals who are eager to share all that's been accomplished this year. Let's bring out our next host now.
Hi everybody, I'm back. My name is Chuck Hammond and I'm on the board of Field of Hope. This year, Field of Hope has surpassed a lot of the goals the board and Ugandan team had set out in the beginning of the year. While it challenged our team, both in Uganda and in the US, through prayer, motivation, and hard work, I'm so proud of what we are going to share with you tonight. Last year, as you know, last year I was the board president and loved serving not only the Ugandan community, but the communities we serve at home. This year, I'm excited to introduce to you our new board president, Mr. Kyle Dominic, who has been doing a great job of leading the board this year. Kyle, would you like to come out and say hello?
Absolutely. Hello to everyone watching. My name is Kyle Dominic and I'm honored to be serving as the Field of Hope board president this year. This is also my first year to speak at Sowing Seeds of Hope. I'm based out of Oklahoma, go Pokes, and I'm so excited to be here. We have one more person to introduce, and that is the board vice president, Mr. Chris Hafner. Chris, you're up.
Hi everybody, My name is Chris Hafner, and if that name sounds familiar, yes, my folks were 2 of the 3 founders of Field of Hope. I had the opportunity to tag along with my dad, Mike Hafner, on a trip to Uganda a few years ago to see the work they were doing. After seeing firsthand the work the organization does, I was blown away, and I knew I had to be involved. I'm here from Washington State, go Huskies, and I am super excited to talk with you about the exciting progress that Field of Hope made this year.
Thanks everyone for introducing yourselves. However, let's see where others are tuning in from this evening. While we're getting this first video queued up, we'd love to know where you're watching from, and there's a chat for you to share. Go ahead and click on the chat button and tell us where you're watching from tonight.
Hey, we see Blaze all the way from North Carolina.
And hello to all my friends in Woodward and Slapout, Oklahoma.
Ooh, to Cheryl and Paul in Pennsylvania, hi.
And Caitlin, too.
Oh, hey Caitlin.
Hello to everybody in western South Dakota, Sturgis, Rapid City, Spearfish.
Ooh,
I see my friend Michael from Federal Way, Washington.
awesome. There's so many people that are joining us here tonight. So as you watch the show and you start to interact with some of the stories and listen to the things that are being shared, I want to remind our audience about that One Cause platform that we're using this evening. On our home screen, we have our main show, a chat box, the golden ticket raffle page, a merchandise page, and the donate now button. Feel free to take a look around the website as we get talking to get comfortable with the features that it has.
But right now, let's take a quick commercial break as we thank one of our sponsors for what they have done this year.
There is one organization that has stood by Field of Hope for nearly a decade. VIVE is not only our strongest, most faithful partner, it's a collection of dedicated, passionate and giving individuals who have supported us with their time and expertise through creating level 1 to level 4 curriculum books and accompanying supplements, filled with hundreds of pages of practical lessons for Ugandan teachers to improve students' learning. Each year, VIVE sends its best to support our teacher training program to disseminate student-forward teaching practices to our teacher partners. We could not be more grateful to call VIVE a partner. Thank you for standing by our side for so many years. May there be many more.
Something's wrong with the mics. Is that what you're getting to?
Vivaic has been in the Field of Hope family for so many years, and we are so blessed to have them in the fold. They not only donate time and energy to create materials for our Ugandan agriculture educators, they also send their team members to Uganda to learn about new advancements in the field so they are up to date on curriculum and the needs teachers have in their classrooms. Through special programming, they work with Ugandan agricultural educators, or as they like to call them, subject matter experts, to dig deeper into the issues or lessons that teachers need. We would not have the knowledge today we have today without their help.
I think it's really amazing that Vivaic specifically works with Ugandan teachers to make sure the lessons are relevant and realistic before creating them. It's also really exciting to know that they sent staff over to Uganda as part of our teacher training every single year. Now, I love to travel, but Uganda is a long way to go, and it's a huge commitment from Vivaic. Now, if you're like me and you love to travel, but you're thinking more of a vacation than that, you're in luck tonight.
That's right, Chris. We have a special program called the Golden Ticket Raffle, where our guests can purchase a ticket for only $100 to go to a location of their choice if they are selected. Those locations include Cabo, Kentucky, Tuscany, or Sedona. We have a limited number of tickets left, so make sure you get yours before the end of the show to be put into the running for a vacation of a lifetime.
Let's check out the winners from this past year to see how they enjoyed their time in the location they chose, Cortona, Italy.
Buongiorno from Cortona. I am the lucky winner from the 2023 Golden Ticket Raffle. I've had a spectacular time here in Cortona. I love Italy. I'll be buying a ticket this year also. I hope you beat me, but if not, I'll be buying those tickets until they stop selling them. Ciao! moral of the story is, buy a golden ticket. Buongiorno.
Looked like she had such an awesome time this year in Cortona. The Golden Ticket Raffle is still open. Purchase your tickets in the next 45 minutes to be entered into the raffle to win one of these 4 vacations. Again, just click on the left-hand side of your screen where it says Golden Ticket Raffle. Click on the photo and then select the number of tickets that you would like. We only have about 30 tickets left to sell tonight, so get them before it's too late.
We will be drawing the winner at the end of the show, so stay tuned to see if you will be the lucky winner this evening. If I did win, man, it would be such a nice way to get out of the office for a couple of days. Working from home is definitely different than working in our office in Lyra, so let's take a look at what Annie Oshaba, our newest staff member, has to say about the day in the life of working at Field of Hope.
Hi, my name is Annie Oshaba and I'm the newest staff at Field of Hope. I want to show you a day in my life as a staff member. First, I wake up in the morning, I pray, I brush my teeth and get ready for work. And then I go to work at the office, I start my daily activities. I then travel to school and visit the teachers, students, and as well check on the ISAC grant projects. After that, I return to office and do the remaining work before heading home. That's a day in my life. Thank you so much.
So it is so cool to me that Annie gets to go to so many classes to witness agriculture education happen in the moment. She's trained as an agricultural educator herself, and it is so fun to see her in this role and on this team. Welcome again to Field of Hope, Annie. We are so lucky to have you.
We sure are. You know what is also cool? We're witnessing agriculture education transcend beyond the classroom and into the field. As you all know, one of my favorite projects is the Lay Na project. Lay Na means my animal in the local language. And these are animal rearing projects. They're created as an opportunity to answer the needs of our farmers who often experience severe crop damage due to lack of or late rainfall. Field of Hope works with communities to build an animal project based on what animal each community votes on. Surprisingly enough, each village has selected pigs to be their animal project for the last 3 years. Field of Hope goes into the village a number of times, teaches lessons on biosecurity and best animal practices, assists in the building of the structure, and then assists in the delivery and the reconciling, record keeping of the animals in the community. This year, we want to thank a very special donor, Share the Good Foundation, who sponsored our newest Lay Na project this year. Let's take a quick break to see who they are.
Field of Hope is thankful for the generosity of the Share the Good Foundation. Last year, their support made the Lay Na project possible, impacting lives in lasting ways. Guided by a mission to connect individuals with trusted charities through accountability and anonymity, Share the Good Foundation helps ensure resources reach organizations that make a real difference. We are grateful to Scott Farmer and the entire foundation for choosing to invest in this work of sowing seeds of hope. Thank you, Share the Good Foundation, for standing with us.
Share the good and everything that you have done for Field of Hope. We are excited to share more numbers with you and everyone else during the show. But hey, I think it's time for a quick snack.
Kyle, come on. We're in the middle of a show. This is no time to eat. But what we can do is we can go to Agnes's kitchen and see what she has cooking. Let's take a look at our next video now of Chef Agnes and what she's cooking up this year.
Hello, welcome to Cooking with Agnes, and I am Agnes. Today we are going to cook what we call pilau. Pilau is just you cook rice and then beef together with onions, and then you add other spices. I just love it. I love pilau. It is one of my favorite. And it's also, if you have many people at home and you have a few kilograms of meat, pilau would be the best option, because even if you don't get the meat, but you have the taste of the the meat in the rice. So that is why I like it so much. We have the rice here, and so you'll have to sort out the rice. So sorting the rice is just like removing the foreign things that are in the rice. And so you'd want to remove everything that does not look like rice from your rice. After sorting out the rice, then we also have onions. With pilau, you have to use a lot of onions. And then when you're started the cooking, you put the oil, you put the onions, and then you let the onion cook until it golden brown, because you like the onion to change the color of the rice. The rice will not be white as you see it. The oil. In the pilau, sometimes you need to use some good amount of oil because you don't want it to get burnt. So I'm going to add the onion. So as I said, you need some good amount of onions for you to get the flavor and also to have the color of the rice. Cook until it is golden brown. Then after that one, when it is golden brown, that is when we'll add the meat, smaller pieces. You can make it even smaller. Want it to get ready very easily and it very soft. Add the meat or the beef into the oil and the onions, and then you allow the meat to cook for some time. As you add some spices, depending on your choice, you can add garlic. This is garlic powder. You can add what we call pilau masala. This is also a mixture of spices that you can add. You can add turmeric if you need, and then any other spice of your choice. And then you need the beef to cook for some time. After, when the beef is almost ready, then you can add the rice. You add the rice, you mix it, and then now you measure the water. Usually when you're doing a kilogram of rice, 2 liters of water, that is 4 cups. 4 cups of 500 milligrams of water into a 1 kilogram of rice. Adding peppers, like black pepper, the green one, the yellow one, the red one, depending on the different kind of the carrots you can also add. Yes, so you can add the spice that you want to add. And then after adding the water, you allow it to cook until it has absorbed all the water, and then everything is mixed up, then your food will be ready to eat. So in most cases, when you go to parties, birthday parties, even at funerals, any celebration, you'll always find this food there. You'll find maybe the white rice, but you'll also find this there. So in all the parties and celebrations, you'll always find this food. Our food is ready and already served. So I'm going to test. It tastes so good, and so I encourage you to try it. And then I'll need to get the feedback in case you try. Thank you.
I haven't been back to Uganda in so long. I'm missing Agnes and her cooking. I will definitely be trying this recipe at home. However, now it's everyone's favorite part of the show. Let's bring out our Field of Hope model to show off what we have for sale this year.
Hey everyone, another year means another apron. The 2025 Ugandan apron that Agnes wore in the video was made by her sister Joan, who also lives in Lira. We have 10 of these beautiful aprons for purchase right now. So you too can cook as good as Agnes and look as good as me. The price is only $30. Look for the button on the One Cause platform that says merchandise to get yours today. We'll ship them to you to your home after the show. They sold out really quickly last year, so do it now before you run out.
Another quick break and thank another one of our sponsors this year.
Field of Hope is blessed by the generosity of new anonymous foundation partner who has invested in the future of agriculture through 6 inspiring students in agriculture grants over the next 3 years. These scholarships are already opening doors for young leaders, equipping them to pursue education and create lasting change in their communities. We are deeply thankful for this support, which strengthens our mission and multiplies hope for the next generation.
To that donor who will be with us for the next 3 years, thank you, thank you, thank you for all that you have done for the Inspiring Students in Agriculture grant. As a quick reminder, this grant is to serve schools that have agricultural classes to connect the classroom to the field by providing hands-on access through agriculture projects. While these grants are only $1,000, the impact that they have lasts generations. The goal is that once students can work through these projects in a structured learning environment, they can replicate them in their own homes. Students around Uganda will be forever changed by your generosity and through the lessons that they will learn from these projects.
This year was also a special year for the Inspiring Students in Agriculture grants. We had 9 total grants that were awarded around the country, which gives us a total of 33 grants around the country. That means that we have a project in every region of Uganda. 4 of those grants were given by the Global Teach Ag Network, a group of Americans that came to Uganda for the month of July. Let's take a look at what they accomplished this year.
Hello, my name is Daniel Foster. I'm an Associate Professor of Agricultural and Extension Education at Pennsylvania State University, home of the Global Teach Ag Network. The Teach Ag Uganda program is a unique program that focuses on capitalizing on the experience and expertise of our educators, that relationships matter, that people drive programs, and that when we put innovative, excited agri-food systems educators together, we can do better things for the world around us. Specifically, the United States Department of Education, through the Fulbright-Hays program, provided funding for U.S. educators to come learn and expand their global competency by working with the secondary agriculture teachers in the Lira, Uganda area, as helped by Field of Hope in identifying. So often we are asked why. Why, as an educator, would I choose to come for 4 weeks and spend that time in Uganda? Why, as faculty members, would you want to do this kind of work? Well, why? It's because we have a responsibility in collectively and collaboratively addressing those wicked global issues. And I believe that teachers are an immediate and sustained intervention for our communities. It has exponential impact, and that when we invest in them, when we invest in people, our programs thrive. When our programs thrive, our worlds can thrive. We know that we have a shared value with Field of Hope, that love matters, that kindness is love, and through our actions we can show that love through effective youth agricultural education.
One more time. Voda, Voda style. Voda, Voda style. I said a vroom, chicka vroom. 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 I said a vroom, chicka skirt, chicka skirt, chicka skirt.
Thank you, Teach Ag Uganda, for being with us this summer. To all of the United States agriculture educators for taking time away from your families to travel to Uganda and work with Ugandan teachers, thank you. Thank you for your dedication and your passion. We are so blessed to have you in the Field of Hope family. To our Ugandan agricultural educators, we can't wait to visit your classrooms to see what you've done from what you've learned this summer.
So as we look back at this past year and the impact that you have had on Ugandans, we wanted to share with you why this work is so important. This is the very first look at our new video that describes who we are and why we do what we do. Let's take a look now.
In Uganda, many communities face food and nutritional insecurity, not because of a lack of potential, but because access to agricultural and financial education is limited by time, gender, geography, and cultural constraints. Field of Hope exists to change that. Our mission is to build resilience in livelihoods, food and nutritional security by equipping people through youth agricultural education, smallholder farmer advancement, and leadership development. We begin by listening, inviting underrepresented communities to share their biggest needs and goals. Then we respond. Through culturally sensitive, hands-on agricultural training, engaging curriculum and leadership support for Ugandan talent, transformation begins. The result? A growing community of Ugandans teaching Ugandans. Schools and villages developing resilient mindsets. And a future where food security and opportunity are within reach for every household. Field of Hope is rooted in community and thrives through grassroots impact growing resilience with every project and every harvest. Together, we can cultivate lasting change. Join Field of Hope.
1, 2, 3, begin.
The problem statement in this video really shines a light on why Field of Hope exists. We're committed to working with Ugandan communities through their leadership and dedication to agriculture. It is truly what makes this work possible.
In our Who We Are video, you saw many different settings where leadership is taking form. From classrooms to the field, the development of good leaders is paramount to the successes that we have when it comes to impact. Walter Akulu, our leadership development pillar head, has some words to say about the programming that we do within the year. Programs spanning from scholarships to internships or volunteerships, and especially our fellowship program, where U.S. students spend a summer on the ground in Uganda and add so much capacity and value year after year. Let's take a look at what Walter has to say.
Hello, I'm Walter Okulu, of Field of Hope's Ugandan Country Coordinator. I also work as the pillar head of the Leadership Development Pillar. And under this pillar, we look to empower the Ugandan partners and the staff that we work with so that they are better equipped at their job, and have a couple of facets under this pillar. So one is the scholarship provision that we provide to the students. And so each year that's what we do. And so these are students that are academically merited but financially constrained, and yet they have big passion for this discipline. So we provide scholarship to ensure that they're able to further their education at the university. The other component is internship, which just allows us to work with students who are still in the university to gain hands-on experience, but also to conduct their research with us. So this enables them to be accredited at their institutions. The third component is volunteership. So this is mostly for the students who have just recently finished their studies at the universities, just to ensure that they have the provision to experience have experience in the world of work. And recently we are in position to recruit Anna Shaba, who has also now turned to be a Field of Hope employee. So in the next clip, you're going to hear Anna Shaba share a lot more about our experience with Field of Hope.
Hey everyone, my name is Annie Oshaba and I currently work for Field of Hope as a program associate. I joined Field of Hope last year as a volunteer. During that time when we had teacher training, and I was able to be part of the teacher training as a facilitator. This helped me so much to be a better leader, not just a leader, but also to be able to serve others as a leader. And that is when I learned everything about Field of Hope, loved it, and when they advertised for a program associate, I applied because I was going to serve others and not just myself.
So I'm so excited to have Annie on board, and I can't wait to see how she grows in her new role. One other component that I haven't talked to you about is our fellowship program. So every year we host US fellows for about 10 to 12 weeks, where they work with our staff in different pillars that are aligned with their areas of expertise. And this year in particular, we're going to be hearing from Nia, who is one of our fellows for the 2025 cohort.
Hello, my name is Nia McLean. I'm a master's student in agricultural and extension education at Virginia Tech University. And this summer, I am a Field of Hope Fellow. I'm lucky to be under the Youth Agricultural Education pillar, so I work alongside David and Annie, helping them with teacher visits, with doing evaluations, and then I also have the great responsibility of piloting agriculture clubs at 3 of Field of Hope partner schools. So every week I go to the different schools for club meetings and hopefully setting up clubs that will be sustainable after I leave. This fellowship has been an amazing opportunity for me to grow as a leader. Something that I've learned since being here is how to always be prepared to give a short speech or to give some motivational words, because you never know when you're going to be in a group of students or with women farmers and need to give a couple words. I've also learned so much about sustainable development and how to do things in a way that is not top down but really grounded in community, and these are lessons that I'm going to take home with me to my university and hopefully to any future work that I do.
Leadership is everywhere in Uganda, from the field to the classroom. We see young people and adults trying to make an impact in their communities. Through our internship and volunteer program, we have recruited some amazing people to the Field of Hope team. Did you know that Nicholas Sabalamu, our 2023 Ugandan cowboy, David Obong, and Annie Oshaba all came from the volunteer program working with Field of Hope? There is great talent all around Uganda, and we are excited to recruit more of Uganda's next leaders in the coming years.
Let's shift from leadership to the field. The smallholder farmer team has worked with demonstration projects and has doubled funds available for smallholder farmers through the Village Savings and Loans projects. For the first time ever, Field of Hope completed a well project that provides clean water to 3 communities, impacting over 1,800 people. This water project has been a dream of Field of Hope for some time, and it came to life this year. Agnes Abote, our smallholder farmer advancement pillarhead, pushed for this project for several years. She kept coming back to the same point, that water is life, and the community that received this well needed this water more than ever. Working alongside Joseph Apea, the Pillar's program officer, let's take a look at what they've accomplished together this year.
Yeah, sorry for the delay. Just please bear with us for a moment while we load up that video. Thanks so much.
My name is Agnes Obote. I work for Field of Hope as the General Coordinator, and I also head the Smallholder Farmer Advancement Pillar. And under the pillar, we have quite a number of activities that we do with the smallholder farmers. And we do training with the groups, the farmer groups, of which the majority are women. And with all these groups, we also establish demonstration gardens where we put into the best practices. And here the farmers are able to learn that all these practices are beneficial for them to get good harvest. We also do training on Village Savings and Loans Association. The women meet once a week where they bring their savings together, and at the same time they're able to borrow from these funds where they're able to send their children to school. They borrow to buy seeds and to help them meet other basic needs. We also do training on financial literacy, because it's one thing to get money, but it's another thing also to know how to spend the money. We also do gender training. Gender is one aspect that is very important, because as they grow, they will harvest, and then when they sell, there's always a lot of conflict. Who handles the money? Who uses the money between the woman and the man? How do they use the money? And so we have introduced the gender training to help them understand some of the gender issues, and also to help them manage their family affairs. And so these are some of the trainings that we do with the women. And I'm also very happy to say that this year we introduced the water project, which we are so excited about it. And I want to thank everyone who donated during the 6K walk, everyone who participated in the 6K walk. That has enabled us to have at least one borehole this year drilled by Field of Hope. And we are really excited because it is a boost to our empowerment program. Because if the woman is walking 6 kilometers away to fetch water, then the empowerment program can't benefit her, because she's spending a lot of time looking for water, and yet she has to be in the garden. She has to do all the household activities. But since the water is close by, then they have time to do their garden work, time to do their household chores. And at this point, I want one of the beneficiaries of the water project to speak to you about this project. Thank you.
Project here, may appeal Billy Washigi. Village man may let on center. Where, you know, Peony, no water share, calcium, Peony. Racher, you know, no one here in here. Chamoka, you Kata karinwa mutia koja. Lord of Queen one year kuchera bo. Yaro na na vile kaisha ru for all. Mugu kuma ya wana na kuchera. Ata mando iko machine yar ne du for bo. Dinu ka te la mu pe. Kari ko da yar shege. Me pino yom you wa itwala bin. As you what yom la kon what yom. Na bara. Gina me to ko.
Thank you for listening to her. This borehole is benefiting about 4 villages, and 1,800 members of these villages are benefiting from this water source. Thank you for supporting Field of Hope, and thank you for supporting Smallholder Farmer Advancement Pillar.
You guys, I love seeing that well project in Uganda that we saw in that video. And a special shout out right now to my good friend and co-founder of Field of Hope, Mike Hafner. Mike Hafner was the first American to pump water out of that well, and he did a really good job. I was able to see that actual well in person when I went to Uganda in June. The people that I was able to interact with, the clear, cold water that comes out of the well, it is such a wonder why we didn't do this sooner. Agnes was definitely right. Water is life, and life is booming in the Eleptong village.
I'm jealous that you were able to get to do that in Uganda, Chuck. We learned a lot from building that well. It reminds me of when we started building our Lay Na project. Since our first project back in 2023, we are now on our third piggery. Can you believe that we have already farrowed 30 piglets in these different piggeries? We even have pregnant sows that should be due in October. I personally can't wait to see how this project will continue to multiply and bless these communities.
This hands-on practice is exactly what the Inspiring Students in Agriculture project does for students who may not have land or space until after they settle into their own homes. We mentioned earlier that the ISA grant was created to give schools $1,000 to start an agriculture project managed by students and facilitated by their instructors. Those projects need to be relevant to the types of agriculture practiced in their local communities. They should also incorporate lessons from the classroom to the field, and they should allow students to be in charge through leadership opportunities. Let's take a look at what David, our youth agriculture pillar head, and Annie, our program associate, have to say about the projects that have been happening this year in Ugandan classrooms.
Hello, I am David Tobong. I work for Field of Hope as a program officer, and I am heading the Youth Agricultural Education pillar. So the Youth Agricultural Education pillar has been born with the interest of making students love agriculture. So in the process of doing that, Field of Hope came up with different strategies. One of the strategies that Field of Hope is using is developing curriculum books. These curriculum books are the books which have been developed that fits Ugandan curriculum, and it is being used by our teachers in their classroom. The major aim is also to make the teaching more inspiring. We conduct yearly teachers training to give the teachers the basic knowledge and skills of how to teach in a very motivating way so that the students get more inspired to take careers in agriculture. Field of Hope also realized that schools are teaching agriculture, but more in a theoretical way. So how can the students take charge of their learning? Field of Hope came up with the Inspiring Students in Agriculture grant, whereby Field of Hope, with the support of the donors, set up agriculture-related projects in secondary schools so that the students take the management of this project by themselves. By having this hands-on kind of learning, they get motivated, they get the skills, and we are also hopeful that after getting the skills, they can also start their projects at home. Or after getting the skills, they can also train the communities, because we want this multiplier kind of effect to reach all citizens in Uganda and the world at large. Welcome to St. Gracia Secondary School. This is one of the schools which received the Inspiring Students in Agriculture grant in 2023.
My name is Vincent Oriada. I'm a teacher of agriculture here at St. Gracia's SS Lira. This project of poultry was sponsored by Field of Hope. We got the aid of $1,000 in 2023. We kept birds. We started by stocking around 100 birds. We kept on progressing. The second time we also reared 150. Then we moved to 300. This project of poultry keeping has really impacted us, the teachers. We have learned a lot on how to control diseases in birds, how to feed birds, how to manage birds, and we have also trained our children on how to rear birds, mix feeds, carry out vaccines. As we talk right now, we have 2 students who have left school as vacancies of senior 6 practicing agriculture. That is how Field of Hope through this poultry project has impacted us, the teachers, and the students, and the community where the students are staying.
My name is Abali Muchled. I am the president of this club. I've gained many skills. One, the skill of managing with time. I have to balance my time because class and then here. And then I've gained the skill of working together as a teamwork because you have to involve other classes to get involved. And then also I've fallen in love with the birds because they make me relax. I dream of becoming an agriculture officer. So by practicing this, I will be improving it more and more, and I will create a better change in the country.
Seeing this impact from the classroom to the field is truly amazing. This year, the Pillar has been quite busy. They just wrapped up this month our annual teacher training that brings together agriculture teachers from around the country to work on honing their teaching skills and network with other educators. This year, 141 educators came together to add to our growing agriculture education family of over 700 teachers in the country that have been trained to use our guidebooks and supplements created by Vivaic.
One thing that is so cool about what the team has done this year is to create an opportunity for Ugandan teachers to lead at teacher training.
You're so right, Chris. When we started doing teacher training after COVID, we noticed that some risks were still present by relying on American staff to travel to Uganda to help deliver this training. We were forgetting that we have such an amazing network of teachers that have already been trained and have been in the classroom for years, and they are the true experts of how to lead in the classroom. I'm looking forward to seeing how this program grows and develops and seeing Ugandan teachers truly have ownership over this training.
I hope to see that in Uganda one day. There may even be space for you in the audience. If you are thinking about traveling to Uganda next year, we will be having a champion donor tour with a board member and our executive director, Olivia. You can witness firsthand the work that is happening in classrooms and see how students are taking these lessons from the classroom to the field.
I would love to have the opportunity to lead one of those tours in the future, but I haven't visited Uganda for 4 years, and this would be a perfect opportunity to get back into the field. Things are changing every day, from the field to the classroom, from harvest to harvest. Blessings are shown across Uganda. It is hard to imagine where we would be if we didn't have our amazing Field of Hope champions as the backbone of this organization. You may not realize it, but every dollar, every volunteer hour, and every connection that you make with our team by simply tuning in to say yes starts a ripple effect of tremendous impact that can spread across Uganda. Chuck saw this on his last trip to Uganda and has a lot to share on how these programs have impacted different communities. Chuck, can you share with us what you saw?
I sure will. Thank you, Chris. I would love to share about my experiences in Uganda, but before I do, I want to pause for a moment to say thank you to all of you who have supported the work of Uganda this year and also in prior years. Thank you for being champions for the people of Uganda. For the next few minutes, we want to ask you to reflect with us on your continued support for the people of Uganda. You may have already given this year, or you may have already given specifically to Sowing Seeds of Hope event this evening. But I would ask you to consider becoming an even greater champion by giving again. We have a $75,000 matching fund for all donations made to Sowing Seeds of Hope this evening. Every dollar that you give will achieve a double impact. More lives will be changed and more harvest will be assured for the future generations of Ugandans. I'd like to share a little about my own journey in Uganda this year. I was blessed to return to Uganda for the third time at the end of May. The trip started out with an amazing blessing as I got to spend time in Uganda with 2 of our 3 founders, Brandy Young and Mike Hafner. It was a great opportunity to spend time with these beloved founders who, along with Kathy Hafner, are the original heart and soul of Field of Hope. While I was in Uganda, we traveled to the village in the Eleptong district where we drilled our first borehole that you saw earlier tonight, and where we also built our 3rd Lena piggery project. We had a formal dedication service for the well and the piggery. The Ugandan people love to have formal gatherings and they love to celebrate. These are wonderful people, and they welcomed us with open arms, with much singing, with much praying, and with many speeches. And finally, with some delicious food. Excuse me. It's hard to describe all the feelings that were going through my mind as I got to see firsthand how these projects will radically change and improve their lives. Field of Hope has been doing agricultural teaching and training in this village for 10 years. One of the village elders spoke at the opening of the celebration, and he proudly announced that there is no food insecurity in their village thanks to the efforts of Field of Hope. I noticed there were a number of babies and small children at the ceremony. They looked healthy, happy, and well-fed. I wish I could take every single one of you in our audience tonight to see this village for yourself. It proved to me that we are truly making a difference in Uganda. I also visited 8 schools where we have trained agriculture teachers who are now using the teacher's guides created by our partner, Vivaic. It was my first experience in a live Uganda classroom. I wasn't fully prepared for a class with over 100 students who were eager to share answers to questions their teacher was asking. They are thriving and they are hungry for more knowledge. 6 of these schools have already received ISA grants and have built agriculture projects. At 2 of the schools that we went to, we were greeted by their agriculture clubs. At least 6 students shared that they had no interest in agriculture when they arrived at their secondary school. But because of the ISA grant agriculture projects, they have become interested. Now they not only study agriculture in class, but they participate and lead these agriculture clubs. Many students also shared that they have taken the knowledge they have learned at school back to their families and villages, and they have started their own projects. This is exactly the type of impact that Field of Hope has been hoping for and praying for years. So I'm happy to share with you that your support is making a difference in Uganda. I also can honestly and openly share with you that I believe that we are being good stewards of the donations that you have made. Every dollar is going towards the projects, the programs, and the people that are making these efforts happen. Your gifts are being used carefully and prayerfully to change lives in Uganda. Now, before we begin our giving moment, if you would like to make a donation by check or through a donor advised fund, you will find our mailing address on our website at fieldofhope.org. Our address, by the way, is in Johnston, Iowa. And if you would like to join our Constant Cultivator program and donate monthly, you can make those arrangements through that same website. We will be starting our giving moment for the next 3 minutes. So now is the time to build resilience in Uganda through your gifts. Will you join with us once again this evening and change a life in Uganda through a generous gift tonight? We'll be back in just 3 minutes to wrap up the evening.
You can help, you can give, you can show God's care. A light in the dark, a love to share. You can help others live with every prayer. In those fields of hope, showing God's mercy. Be His hands, be His heart. Fields of hope. He causes the sparrow to rise and sing, feeds the smallest, the fragile. He heals the broken wing. He moves through the quiet, through everything, through me, through you, to help others shine, to help others sing. Fields of hope, living in God's mercy. Be His hands, be His heart. Fields of hope, where the weary rest and love abounds, where the lost are found in the fields of grace, on holy ground. We are there, you are there, with hands to work and hope to bring to fields of hope, sharing in God's mercy. Be His hands, be His heart. Fields of hope, fields of hope. Sharing God's love, sharing God's grace, sharing God's riches, sharing in fields of hope.
Welcome back, and thank you for your generous gifts. This year has been so inspiring, and we continue to keep growing, not only this family, but the programs and projects that are happening in Uganda. We will be tallying up these gifts, and we will be announcing what was raised. If you are watching after today, please know that the website to give gifts will be open until Sunday the 28th. If it is after that time, you can go to the website and click on the Donate Now button to give. We are so grateful to each and every one of you who has given tonight. Your gifts will be used responsibly and will create ripples in Ugandan communities for years to come.
Before we start to wrap up this evening, though, we're forgetting one thing, the golden ticket raffle drawing. To all of you lucky ticket holders, we're going to be announcing our winner here shortly. As a quick recap, the winner has a choice to go to Cabo, Tuscany, Sedona, or to a Kentucky bourbon tour. Let's draw this lucky winner now. And the lucky winner is Paula Burnett from Florida. And Paula, if you want to bring Curtis, that's your call. That's up to you.
Congratulations to Paula, our winner. You will be contacted by Olivia shortly after the program to learn how you can claim your prize. We look forward to seeing where you select to go and to hear about your trip.
Thanks for all of our ticket buyers this year. If you didn't win, don't worry. You can still come to Uganda with me next year if you're interested. As we start to wrap up our show officially for the evening, I would like to thank everyone who took time to be with us on this live stream. On behalf of the entire Ugandan staff, the communities that we serve, the classrooms that have been impacted, and the peoples whose lives have been transformed through your gifts, we thank you. I've been blessed to be a part of the Field of Hope family for 3 years now, and seeing the programs grow year after year makes my heart so happy. I wish that you could all be with me on my visits to Uganda. To see the smiling faces and hear the words that are spoken of gratitude and prayer would make anyone come to tears. Uganda has truly become another home away from home for me, and returning and seeing change is such a surreal reality. Resilience is growing in Uganda, and lives are being impacted through water, farming practices, classroom lessons, and of course through prayer. From the bottom of my heart, thank you. Thank you for choosing Field of Hope, and thank you for choosing Uganda.
Now we have several people to thank this evening for what they do for Field of Hope. We couldn't do this alone, and it is with pride and gratitude that I would like to thank our learning partner, Vivaic. They are building resilience in Uganda and keep choosing to impact teachers through the lessons and strategies that they bring to their curriculum. Thank you, Vivaic.
Yeah, for sure. And we'd also like to thank Spokane Productions for allowing us to use their facilities in Post Falls, Idaho. They are a new partner and have been so helpful with the technical support this evening. Thank you, Rob and team.
And we'd also be remiss if we didn't thank our communications coordinator and videographer, the one and only Jessica Spence. Jess, thank you for choosing to continue to work in Uganda with us and capturing these amazing stories of impact and change. We wouldn't have this show if it wasn't for you and all of your hard work.
Last but not least, thank you to Brianna for running the tech support during our show this evening, and to Mama Kathy out there in the chat box. Thank you so much for helping us get through another night of Sowing Seeds of Hope.
From the bottom of our hearts, thank you for supporting the people of Uganda this evening and for choosing Field of Hope.
You are helping to build resilience in the lives of many, and we look forward to making you proud through the next year through your gifts.
Apoyo Matek, Abanga Migum.
Goodbye and God bless.
I really want to humble myself and say thank you to the Field of Hope, to all the sponsors of Field of Hope for providing us with this support, and we really extend our gratitude to you. May God bless you.
Thank you so much to the Field of Hope family.
Thank you to the Share the Good Foundation.
Apoyo Concern Cultivators.
Thank you so much, the entire Teach Ag Ugandan team, especially Dr. Daniel and Melanie Foster.
Thank you, Vivek.
Thank you so much to Field of Hope, Constant Cultivators, and board members.
Thank you so much, Obanga Migum. God bless you.